And touch the sky, a star's light shines on long after it dies. Oh, in the nights, I live every day as if it's your last. All memories been bright like beacons of the past. Oh, in the night, now we race against the sun. Now we race against the sun. Now we race against the sun. Now we race against the Race against the sun. Now we race against the sun. Race against the sun. Now we race against the sun. Now we race against the sun. Now we race against the sun.
Prepare for battle.
T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The battle begins.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the semifinals of Mech Mania Monday's 2v2 DOTAMech Tournament. All the hype brought to you by OPTVLive. I am Steve, and this should be a match of epic proportions. We have four of potentially the most recognizable names in the AirMech community, all in a single match. And I cannot wait to see how it's going to turn out, especially because the semifinals are a best of three, folks. All the hype for best of three series. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you saw the picks and the bans as they happened live. It turned out in the end that Team MeMo, consisting of a dead Minx and a dead Polarbearz. That's right, both members of Team MeMo die. Going up against Team Swag2DaMax. That's right. I will actually say that name because it is their name in this tournament. So they actually get me to say that. Congrats for them. Consisting of the BigBoss and his brother BelligerentFool. Minx and Polarbearz both trying to push on hard onto this outpost, but will they be able to get out? Polarbearz so close to death. Minxy does not get out. Only Polarbearz survive and just barely survives. BigBoss BelligerentFool completely cleaned that up and right now have more outpost control than Team MeMo. So far, this is going like all the right ways for Team Swag. And unfortunately, all the plans and all the things that Team MeMo have been trying since the beginning just haven't been able to work out so far. They've died a couple times, they've been caught out, and right now the BigBoss, 3 Geminis and a Seeker pushing into this upper outpost. And because the fact that it's not on Team MeMo's radar, they don't even realize it's going on because they never neutralized it. They never put creeps in there or anything like that. Only now that it's turned blue, if they look at the radar, will they even realize that they now have their enemies at their front doorstep. In a terrible, terrible position to be. 2 outposts for Team MeMo. 4 outposts for Team Swag. Polarbearz so close to death, but he's not chased down. He gets out of there. However, Minx is being chased down. She will not be able to get out. BigBoss in his Osprey will chase her down, will secure the kill. Another kill going in favor of Team Swag. 1 kill for the boss, 2 kills for the Fool, and no deaths for either of them. Meanwhile, the Fool pushing in with his Warthog, 2 Geminis. He positions the tanks with their rears exposed, so they will die a little bit faster, but right now, it really does feel like Team MeMo is on an extremely defensive play, and it's Team Swag completely controlling the action everywhere. This has been a non-stop action match since the beginning, so much so that I didn't even get to mention the fact that it was the Helix and the Paladin that in the end were selected for Team MeMo. Once again being chased down, Polarbearz makes it back. Minx does not make it back again. 4 deaths to her name. She just can't catch a break. Fool and Boss are just all over both these players. Polarbearz going down to a Gemini. Complete team wipe again. Dissonant and BigBoss, not Dissonant, sorry Dissonant, I'm used to you being in here. BigBoss and BelligerentFool in just a completely controlling position. They're going out for that corner factory. If they get that, that means the entire 2/3 right-hand side of the map will be completely controlled by them. Minx and Polarbearz realizing that there's some trouble and they amass up a bunch of tanks. They're going to go ahead, they're going to push out. At first it looked like they were going to push them all out. Okay, there we go. They're going to push them all out, but now they're in 2... Okay, there we go. Fantastic play by Minx. She is going to try to keep those tanks closer together. Fool chasing down the bear once again. Can the bear take down the Fool? That's what we're going to say. Minx. Another kill. Seeker's too strong this time. Polarbearz by himself during this crucial push. Everything Pretty much almost everything that MeMo has is right here, and Polarbearz does not have Minx's Paladin support. He needs her down here. She's back now. She's got that damage aura activated. Polarbearz trying to push the BigBoss and Fool back. They are starting to succeed. The outpost is neutral. That's a great first step for them to try to regain some ground. Minx now finding an opportunity up in the R area. She throws out the hammer, hits a stasis blast on all of them, lets her 2 tanks and her shield and everything do so much more damage. But as she's winding up the hammer, if you don't know, while you're winding up the hammer, you drop the shield on the Paladin, making you much, much more vulnerable. And she takes a significant amount of damage from the tanks and those air-to-ground mode on that Warthog, and it's just too much. She goes down yet again. Polarbearz by himself trying to push out the tanks forward. Fool shooting that up with that Warthog cannon. He's just obliterating everything. BigBoss in the background using the heal support of the Osprey. These two guys, they've made great mech picks. They're working well together. If you don't know, BigBoss and BelligerentFool are brothers. They live in the same home, so most likely too that is helping them a little bit because they are probably sitting literally side by side as they play. And guys, communication is a key. Even a medium-based team can probably defeat some of the better teams that are out there if they have better communication and they coordinate their strikes, plans, and attacks the way that Fool and Boss have been coordinating this entire match. They're now pushing into the bottom. There was a lot of units here. This was the whole second half of MeMo's forces that were down here. They're retrying to get it back, but they lose just one of the SAMs and makes it that they do not completely regain control of the outpost. Polarbearz flying back, thinking that they have control of the outpost to heal up, realizes that he doesn't, flies back a little bit further. He will now go in. Fool does go down. Polarbearz 2 kills now to his name. They regain this outpost, and suddenly, what looked like was a completely dominating position for Team Swag. MeMo pushing back hard, even with as many deaths, 9 total combined deaths. Minx caught out in the middle with both brothers right there. She tries to get out, but there's just way too much fire coming in from both of them. She cannot get out. 10 deaths on MeMo's side right now. BelligerentFool realizing the fortress itself completely vulnerable. They're just going to go ahead. They're going to drop 3 Geminis and just shoot the corners. For those of you that are new and may not realize, those 4 corners of the fortress take additional damage. That's why you will see most pro players always try to focus their fire, if possible, in one of the 4 corners. If you did not know that, well, now you know. And make sure when you're playing AirMech, you try to prioritize any one of those 4 circular corner spots. BigBoss using the amazing heal capacity of that Osprey, keeping those Geminis alive for so long, using the heal aura, and seriously, for only 3 Geminis, this fortress has taken way too much damage. The only thing that could potentially be going in their favor is the fact that Polarbearz is also doing a lot of damage to the blue fortress at the same time. Green suffers much more damage. I would say 40% health left on the green fortress, while 60% health on the blue fortress. However, map-wise, Team Swag is in a re-dominating the map again. They take one of the close outposts, cutting off Team MeMo, and they're pushing forward with a lot of tanks and dropping down. This will require the support of both players on Team MeMo at the same time to even try to stop this, and most likely there's just so much damage that I do not think they will be able to stop it. And ladies and gentlemen, 3, 2, 1, it will be Team Swag taking Game 1 of this Best of 3 series. Can Team MeMo come back with better picks and bans in Game 2 to secure Bracket C? Or will Team Swag take it in a 2-game sweep? You know, I don't know. This is live. The games haven't happened yet. We'll have to see. So don't go anywhere. A great Game 1 of this Bracket C series. Game 2 is coming right up. So don't go anywhere. You're watching OPTV. I am Steve. OP Love Talk.